Okay, well let me just explain this to everybody while I got this in my hand here. So these are not traditional snowshoes, these are technical snowshoes they're called. Right? These are like the new style. A lot of people still use the old time snowshoes. They're wider, they're a lot lighter, right? But these ones here give you a lot more traction for going up and down hills. With the older traditional snowshoes, they didn't have the grips on here. So when you're going down the hill, basically you have to lean back because you're skidding out. It's like riding two toboggans going down the hill. With these here, you put your weight on the heel going down the hill.
Yeah.
It'll stop you. And if you're still skidding, you just tip your toe a little bit, tip forward, and that'll tip that out, and it'll stop you there.
Yeah, okay.
For traction going up a hill, that's why we put your toe right on the edge of it here like that, so that when you're going uphill and you tip forward, it's pushing that down into the snow to get you up and down the hills.
Okay.
These are much more preferable for people that don't snowshoe all the time, and you're not going to go fast, right? If you get going downhill, just put your foot down flat, and these will stop you.
Or skid on your rear end.
Or skid on your rear end.
I think your truck's there. Or somebody's truck is there. Changing my... Okay,
with these left on, you got to step in. It's real difficult. So what I do is I just take these clean off when I'm doing this, right?
Oh, okay.
Going too far.
And you push out ahead, and they'll slide it out.
Okay.
So every day of the week.
So years ago, my dad had a pair, you know, the old style ones, and they rolled even when he had them. I never knew what happened to them, but
Well, when I walk in the deep
like
snow,
these new things, holy gee.
I'll sink in real deep. But
Like
for
the old
most
timers
part,
would be just
I go
flipping
up and
their
down
lids.
hills and I'm tracking pretty quick.
What do you think of this program of the seniors having the snowshoes available for people?
Great.
Yeah.
I want to learn.
I think it's fantastic. And myself, it gets you out, fresh air, beautiful day.
Beautiful.
It's not minus 30.
Okay, if we fall, do not post this on YouTube, okay?
So the idea behind the poles is the difference between a biped and a dog or a cat, right? We're bipeds, so if we're walking, people use hiking poles in the summertime and the wintertime. Long distance hikers on the trail will use the poles all the time when they're walking with their big packs on. The idea behind it is that you've got 4 points of contact for balance, right? And once you get into using the snowshoes, then you'll find that they are quite nice that when you're going up a hill, you just plant this and you're pulling and you're pushing at the same time. So if you get to going kind of quick, what happens now is you're getting a full body workout by going up and down hills, right? The hills we're going to go on today, we're not going to need that, I don't think. But this is all about getting in the shoes and getting them used to walking on them.
The hills aren't big, are they?
No, this trail here is a moderate trail. Everybody knows where we're going today. So we're good to go. We've got a good plan. We know the dynamic of the group that we're with. So we'll go slow, we'll take our time, and everything will be cool.
Okay, so like...
So just remember that when you're walking forward, you'll lift the toe a bit, you can slide the back end, but don't try to drag your toes because you've got that strap on. Forward, push, put the other one behind you, right hand one, just pull it.
This one?
Push with your back hand, pull with your front, get another leg up there.
Hello, this is Kathy Carlino from the Schreiber Senior Centre. I'm here with Matt Borutski. Welcome, Matt.
Hello.
And we're here with another very special volunteer, Edith Howard. And Matt, just to give us a little introduction of who you are and what you do in Schreiber, Ontario.
I was born and raised in Schreiber. I've always loved the outdoors. So when you called me and we talked about the program having snowshoes going out, I jumped right at it because you know me, I just want to help you out.
And volunteers are really what makes our centre vibrant. And we're really happy. And one of the other volunteers is with us. Edith, you've been very gracious in our committee. You're our vice chair. Did you want to just tell a little bit about yourself as well?
I came to Schreiber in 1967 when I got married, and I've been involved in many volunteer positions, and I really enjoy the Senior Centre.
Yeah, we've had a lot of fun. We really
Yes,
have.
yes.
And one of our newest programs, where we were able to gather with the recreation and purchase snowshoes for half for recreation, half for the senior center. And the brainstorming of that came with Matt Borutski, who's avid. Now, Matt, just I guess it's a great time for you to talk just a little bit about the Cascade Isle and what your role is there.
Well, the Cascade Isles is the hiking trail from Rossport through Schreiber over to Terrace Bay, and I'm the president of the organization. Our goals and our strategic goals are to get more people out and to do it in a way that's easily more accessible for everybody. So when we have these trails that we can take people on that are already packed, and we can get snowshoes at them for little or no cost, that's an awesome thing for us. And I was just pleased to help you out with this, to get more people
Wonderful.
out on the trail.
Yeah, it's been wonderful. The interesting thing with the snowshoes, it's been a project we've been talking about for a year now, but he has joined the ranks of the retired. Majority of our members are retired, and luckily he's able to share some of his talents with us. So how we approached it, we did put out an email and ask anyone who was willing to come out and just wanted to participate. Now it was interesting that you had a really diverse amount of people that were, some were talented and had done this before, and others never touched it. So tell me a little bit about that day.
Well, we had a few people come out, like Dave Lambert, who's never been on snowshoes ever before in his life.
So brave.
Like, which was really interesting to me, because I'm living in Schreiber, we were on snowshoes back in the day when we were young, but to find out that David had never been on a pair, and to me it was like, when we live up at Walker's Lake, as you know, when we had an ice rink out there, and the parents would drop their kids off, we'd have to tie their skates on for them. So when these people show up for snowshoeing, they're having a hard time getting their snowshoes on. So I was happy to help them get their snowshoes on and off, because it helps them to get out and enjoy the outdoors like that too as well, right?
You anticipated it being about 20 minutes just doing that, were you right?
Yeah, that was about that.
So we did have a talk about how is this going to unfold, whether or not the members are going to be nervous about it. I was always concerned that no one gets hurt. And Edith, you can probably attest to, because Edith was brave soul and she went out.
And I fell when I was trying to put my snowshoes on, and thankfully nobody was taking any picture.
That's all good. So, you know, you had expressed to me afterwards, because I did talk to Edith. Everything went really well.
Oh, it was excellent. It was an excellent day. It was a beautiful sunny day, and Matt took us slowly and showed us how to fall and how to get up from our fall. Took us down a path and showed us about the snow fleas and things I never knew about. And how old?
And you've been here how many years as
Yeah.
well? So the moral of the story, don't assume that people try things, even though they've lived in this area their whole life, right?
Yeah.
That's the moral of
What
the story.
we tried to do with the program that day was to get everybody more experience. So you have to start at the bootlaces, basically at the bottom, right? And for me, I would just slap on the shoes the way I go. But for these folks, we had to really start out with, this is how you use the poles, this is why you put them so high, right? And you know how you get your pigeon toe out a little bit for our friend Barb, right? So to get it out of the way. And
Barb, you got honorable mention.
Yeah.
You did.
And like, and how you'll feel it at the end of the day in the different muscles in your legs and in your back, because
Did you?
you're walking,
Oh,
you're
very
walking
much so.
more of a bow-legged type of thing, with your feet stuck out, and it was really good. They really appreciated it. We went down the Skidoo Trail from the Picket Table Lookout Trail, went down the Skidoo Trail and veered off onto the new trail that we have. It was just a narrow trail, and that's quite short, so I was like pretty happy to go down through there and see how the group was reacting. And we took our time. It was pretty slow. We showed them how not to step off the trail, because how it's not packed there and you fall in. And then we got back onto the Skidoo Trail and went over to the next little hill just to get them up going on a hill to step out in snowshoes like that.
Were you
And then-
nervous when they changed the terrain a little bit?
Well, I had to remember to dig my toes in when I was going up and sit back on my heels going down.
So you struggled putting on your snowshoes. Did you struggle in the walk itself?
It wasn't a real struggle to put them on. I can't bend to do the one side. I could bend to do one, but I couldn't do the other, so I had to get help. And in the meantime, I'd fallen over sideways.
Yeah. And Claudio and Ted were there helping as well to get
Yes.
snowshoes on.
Yes,
people,
thanks
right? So-
goes out to both Ted Jordan and Claudio Chiriot. That was awesome. And Claudio had indicated to me that he has quite a bit of experience, so that worked out. He was okay,
Yeah.
slowing down his pace and being with us. And Ted Jordan's one of our committee members as well.
And I mean, some people in the group were I was talking with them, they said, well, you must find this really slow and, it must be exasperating for you to be walking this slow. And I said, no, because when we lead groups out on hikes on the Cascades, we hope to get back to that this spring with COVID. COVID lets us, right?
And we're going to talk, so, be,
Right, but so
to
when
be
we
announced.
lead hikes, what we do is we put the pace of the hike at the slowest person in the group, right? So everybody feels inclusive and it's a good experience for everybody. We don't try to get it out. And it was really neat because we got up on top of the hill. And I said, well, is anybody too tired? They want to turn around? And everybody agreed at that time, what was your goal today? I said, well, I wanted to get to the power line, which is like a half a kilometer out from the trailhead. And they said, well, let's go to the power line then. So off we went and we finished off the walk, right?
Yes.
So it was a really good day, beautiful day. You could walk around without a toque on. Everybody had their jackets opened up by the time.
Beautiful. So our plan pulled together. It was interesting. I'm very thankful that they took pictures as they were going, and we posted them. And you had indicated 0.5, and somebody misread it and thought it was 5 kilometers. You're like, wow.
I have to say, we got to the hydro line, and a couple of them said, well, we could go on to Picnic Rock or Picnic Table. And Matt said, I think today, just this far, coming back, they were going, oh, are we ever glad we didn't go? Because it's their first time out, so it was really interesting.
That's awesome.
And it is quite funny when you take people up for a hike. They're very chatty in the first part of the hike. By the time you get to the second half, everybody goes kind of quiet. They're just breathing and they're putting their one foot in front of the other, right?
I've done a few hikes, and I think that's my least favorite part is that as I'm going there, I'm always thinking, I gotta get back. So I'm almost fearful of if this is bad going that way, it's going to be worse coming this way. So.
And Matt's one thing was he's never lost a hiker that's gone out with him. So we were all quite happy to get back.
That's awesome. I mean, we live in the north. And it's very important to enjoy winter as much as we enjoy the rest of the year. So I'm hoping that this will be something that we can do quite often during the course of next winter. I think we may only have 1 or 2 opportunities this year because the mountainous snow is going down quite quickly. But it's a great start. By then, Matt, you'll be used to being retired and won't be working as much. And I encourage, people to come out, not just for the snowshoe program, for any program that you think that we might be able to help you out here. Here at the Schreiber Senior Centre, we're very adaptable. I had someone ask me about different card games. Will you lead it? Will you teach us? And then we'll do it. So, I'm very thankful, Matt, for your
like I said, the snow is kind of not as good as what it could be anymore because it's like porridge down below. If you get off the trail now, it's pretty squishy and you'll sink right in. So you need to be on a packed trail still right now. My goal is for next year is before I leave in January, because we're going for a month down the Gulf Coast. But before I leave is to get out with Kim and a few of the seniors out in the ball field and do some snowshoe wear.
That would be so awesome.
Pretty simple. You've got to rein Kim in a little bit.
Just a simple
He wants to make these huge 450-foot wide things, but I think we could have him accommodate.
I think the senior center should do something. Yes, that's awesome. That'd be wonderful. And that's the way it is. We all get ideas and programs just grow from that, and people can get more involved. Hopefully, our membership, you have lots to draw from. We're at 333 members at this point.
That's awesome.
Yes. Really quite pleased. The support of the area has been phenomenal. So we're just going to keep going and keep coming up with ideas. Anything else you want to add?
No, I'm just looking forward again to next year. I know that for COVID and for funding the way things work that we didn't get snowshoes until March this year. But we've got them for next year and we can decide what we're going to do, right?
We're ready
to
go,
at the end of November when the snow first hits the ground and get more diverse groups out for people that are more capable and just hit it and go and type of thing. So.
And I'm available if anyone wants to contact me and say, okay, we're making a plan, we're doing this and this with this many people. I will do what I can to arrange it. you know, my cell phone is accessible if anybody needs to contact me. I want to say that we did purchase our snowshoes locally. Thanks goes out to Sobrarios and the Great Outdoors. Both of them we kind of shared between the two stores, and we were able to get fairly nice, I would say fairly nice. You were pleased with the snowshoes? Yes. We made sure we purchased poles. Some people, my children included, do not use the poles in snowshoeing, but you do, right, Matt?
Yeah, I was explaining to the group on last week. You know, the thing is you hardly ever see a dog trip because they're on their four legs all the time.
Oh, it's fair.
And that's where the poles come in handy. It's like you're always tapping yourself and you're keeping your balance that way. And it works really well once you learn how to use them and pull and push at the same time. It becomes so much easier, but it takes a little bit of experience a few times out, but they'll get it.
And if you fall over, you need your poles to help
To
yourself
get up,
Yeah.
to get up. Wow.
It was
Maybe we
really
should have
great.
done the interview outside and we could have Edith demo that. So I think that's good for today. I'm going to thank you for coming. I know you're a busy man and you're off to Thunder Bay.
Yep.
And thank you, Edith, for coming out as well. It's
problem.
so awesome to have my job. You guys make my job easier just by being there for me. So that's wonderful.
Well, you're doing good work, and
Thank
it's nice
you.
to have this here in Schreiber for the seniors
Yes.
that want to come out and enjoy the center like this. And I'm happy to help you with programming, and we're going to talk about summer hiking. Let's hope COVID goes a little bit south, and
I
we can
think
get out in the Cascades.
I'm pretty confident that we're probably going to be able to do something, you know, and I know you and I have done this shorter one. Maybe we start with that and entice people with a picnic lunch, because, you know, it's all about food, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, for today, that's it here at the Schreiber Senior Centre. Thank you for listening, and thank you again for both of you coming out.
Thank
and
you.
thank you especially, Matt, for being the brains behind this whole program. We have snowshoes at the Schreiber Senior Centre.
Awesome.
It was great, you know, a day older and living the dream, and we had a great guide, you know, and he showed us how to do things, and great people here. Hope we do it again.
And we learned about, what did we learn about? We learned about snow, fleas, and we learned why they put the trails where they put them.
And where to put our poles, how to get up. Yeah. And if you can't get up, guides come and help you.